I feel like I have a grandfather figure stepping forward first, so hang on. It feels like grandfather energy stepping forward first. Possibly dad's dad. He shows me like a brown recliner. He initially showed me a beard. It was kind of more white than grey, if that makes sense. A bit of a belly on him, but I see him sitting comfortably in this recliner. It's like his favourite recliner because it's perched in front of a TV. It's Coro. Coro is granddad? Oh, Coro couch. What is granddad's couch? Hey, Akasha! No worries, Akasha. I love that. Okay, cool. I feel like... Oh, there's a grandmother in spirit with him as well? I feel like they're just popping in. Because they stand together. It's like they stand together, they stand behind you, offering you support at this time. So I don't know what you've got going on in your life, but just know you're not alone. There's also a Cancer connection coming through. I don't know if this is to do with grandfather, but there's mention of Cancer. Your dad's parents, I love that. Well, they're right here too. Sister, is sister still living or passed? Has cancer, okay. Very challenging for her at the moment. Like, I feel very emotional attached to that. This is come back. Has this come back? Has the cancer come back? Why do I feel like it's come back again? Was she in remission and it's come back? Yeah. Which kind of hits a little bit harder. It feels like it's like I thought I was past this. It's really, it's emotional. So I feel like they come in because, let me just, I don't want to make, false claims. So supporting her, supporting the family through everything. I'm also seeing, there's like a bouquet of flowers being shown to me. Oh, it's like lilies, like oriental, has oriental lilies in it. I don't know how that's significant, I'm just being shown it. She was very emotional when the ambulance took her. She said she was over the pain. Oh, bless. Who has the young daughter around 12 months old? I know we're trying to connect in with dad, but all this other stuff is coming through, and I'm still got dad in my mind as well to come forward. That's okay. I see a little girl around the age of 12 months old. She's a petite little thing. But I don't know what the message is associated and why I'm being shown her. I'm also trying to bring it back around to Dad as well and get him to step forward. I don't know what this means, but I'm being shown pebbles or river rocks. They're only small in size. I feel like I could skip them across the water. Part of me wants to say is a little fairy garden that was built that has these little pebble rocks around them. They're like grey in colour. Kind of like river, you know, the river pebbles. We've all seen them. Who is a smoker? There's a smoking, energy of smoking coming through. Smoking and a heavy coffee drinker. Make all hours of the day coffee. Oh, marbles? What colour are the marbles? Like round marbles? They're like, I see these, like these grey pebbles, like grey pebbles that I mentioned before, with, you know, the white, sometimes like footpaths, walkways to houses and little footpaths, garden paths are made of like these white stone. I don't know what sort of stone it is, but they can be like lining garden beds and things like that. So I can see that, and I see these grey pebbles. The river stones, flat marbles, colourful. Oh, I love that. That's cool. Hey Lux, how are you? And the smoking could be coral. Who has a big white headstone, or like a marble-like headstone? Oh, is that the marble you're talking about? Or flat marbles? Oh yes, you know what they are, but I don't know what that means. I might have to do with Newcastle. Okay. I'm wondering, just my curiosity, did Dad have communication issues? Like, did he lose his voice or speech or anything along those lines? I just want to check and rule anything out. It's like everybody else is stepping forward. I'm like, where are you? Or was he a quiet, spoken person? He rarely spoke. Okay, so that's that energy coming through. Oh, there is a big white headstone at the cemetery he's buried at. Gotcha. Thank you for the gift. Alright. Here he comes. This is so random, but there's mention of sandflies, and I don't know. Again, I don't know how this plays in. I just heard sandflies. Sandflies. Yeah, I have no idea either, Char. So my mediumship readings, if you're new here, they are paid readings. And who was there's a tea drinker showing black tea. Do you have questions for Dad? Just trying to open up the communication a bit better. Sabrina. Yeah, I don't know either. I just get shown this cup of green, no, I want to say green tea, cup of black tea. I'm asking your dad questions. I'm like, how did you pass? Can you show me how you passed? Can you show me how you're around Char? Can you bring through anything significant? Asking him to communicate with you. Can you ask him if everything's going to be alright health-wise? I feel like that's why his parents were there. So I ask those questions and I just wait for the evidence. You know, show me the proof of that. You know, in what way is everything going to be alright, or if it's not, show me some signs. Now this is, you're asking for yourself, on behalf of yourself, Char. Oh, thank you, Leah. Yes, please. All right. Okay, I just want to confirm if this is Dad, because I see hospital monitors, and it feels like Dad in a hospital room. This is his version of, you know, for himself, from his point of view. This is not in relation to your question. Yeah, okay. Just wanted to confirm I've got him, because he's a little bit quieter than the rest. Everybody else that's coming forward. I asked him how long he stayed in hospital, and his answer was too long. It was longer than he wanted to. Does that make sense? I mean, it might have been only a week, but it's still like, it's a, you know, a week too long type of thing. That's the sort of energy he brings me. I don't know if he's okay. So there's only so much daytime TV that you can watch. Let me know if that sounds like Dad. He's got all the jokes. So he was quite a funny man when he was talking, but he was also it's like he was also matter of fact. Like if you asked him a question, he's going to tell you how he honestly feels. Does that make sense? I love that he's coming forward a little bit more. He's a jokester. Yep, I love it. So we've got his energy. Perfect. All right. All right, going back to your question. Oh, he had bowel cancer. Okay, cool. I'm just scrolling back to your original question. You ask him, is everything going to be all right health-wise? I'm making faces because I'm doubting what I'm seeing. It's like he gives you this nudge. You know how some people are like, yeah, no worries, and sort of like flick your chin, but in like with endearment. It's kind of like that. It's like, of course, because I'm here. Like, look. It's just, again, that personality that comes through in that, you know, almost matter of fact, honest way that he sort of comes forward. He shows me too that you guys were close. There's this connectedness that comes through. He was your rock. You could lean on him. Does that make sense? He brings through that song, Sunshine, Lollipops and Rainbows, Buttercups, or however it freaking goes, that song. And that's coming through like it's going to be fine for you. Are you getting something checked out? I just held my breast in. Are you getting a lump checked? He's bringing through a memory. He's like, remember when you were younger and you were ready to go down a slide, and the slide looked really steep, but I caught you at the bottom? He's bringing that through, like, I've always got you. Let me catch up with comments. Tried to tell you something in your dream, but your dream changed. Like I was getting a growling. Yes, you were his little girl. But do I need to? It doesn't feel like you need to. Doesn't feel like you need to, Char. I've got that song stuck in my head. I don't know who you are. I keep seeing, yeah, I was going to say, I keep seeing womb issues, and I was wondering if that was for your sister. But in regards to your question, there's nothing there. Because he's literally coming forward and saying, like, I've got you, you're fine. And I don't feel, like, for me, I don't feel anything on my body that you need to be concerned about. You got a body scan in your vision. Okay. I'm like, don't go quiet now. He was so chatty before. Did you mention you were buying a new house, or you're looking into buying a new house? What is this? Because he mentioned something about selling, and don't worry, it'll sell quickly. Buying a new house. I get that waft of cigarette smoke coming through again. It's like right under my nose. So if you're smelling that from time to time, it's just a loved one popping through. Is there a bird that comes to visit you that you like to think is Dad and talk to it? Or that it has a connection to Dad and you talk to it? Because he makes me feel like I'm sitting on front steps. It's like it feels like a low-level house with a couple of steps leading up to it. I'm sitting on the front steps, and there's this tree that has no leaves at the moment, and there's a little bird that comes to visit. The bird will be like the size of a woolly wagtail or something along those lines. It's smaller in nature. Front porch with him sitting on his chair. Oh, is that what the memory is? Hey, Trev. I was saying if you see a bird, I see birds all the time on the fence. There's references to the ocean too. Like I'm close enough that I can see it. I don't feel like I visit it. But from where my house is situated, like I can look out and see it. Does that make sense? So either somebody lives close to it, or from where they are, they get the view of the ocean. It's not like a front, beachfront view or anything like that. It's like streets away. But I kind of feel like I'm on a incline, on a hill type thing, and I'm looking out and I can see it amongst all the other houses that are there. Oh, I don't send any strangers, because I teach my children stranger danger. I don't send strangers private messages. Like, the fuck, get out of here. Some people are weird. Like, go away with your agency crap. Your sister wants to buy a retreat on a hill looking over the ocean. I love that. Yeah, because it's like, it kind of reminds me of like when you and I don't know if you know like North Queensland, but it reminds me of when you drive into Yeppoon and you come in over this hill, and as you look out you can kind of see the beach and the water, but this is more of a vision of you know, there's trees and houses and stuff in the way, but when I look further out I can see that there's water there. I don't actually see the beachfront, but I can see the ocean. Has she started chemo again? Because I feel like I just feel like it's harder this time, and again those emotions are coming through. Want people to connect with people spiritually. Okay, because chemo feels extremely hard this time around is the message that I'm getting. I don't know if she had it first time. It feels like it's really going to test her strength, willpower, courage. It feels like, you know, there's a point where she doesn't want to continue, but I also feel like she pushes past that. It just feels very emotionally draining for everyone, you know, being there to support, not knowing, you know, how much you can do and things like that. It just seems really difficult for everyone, Char. Imagine telling someone they are weird whilst trying to convince. I don't convince people. I don't chase anyone for readings. I have enough receipts. She had radiation. Yep. And you guys are remembering, like, you're coming into other people's lives wanting to pick fights, wanting to do weird shit. Like, keep your fucking weird shit to yourself. If it's ongoing, then she might have to do chemo. Yep. Trying your best to stay positive. I love that. I feel like you've got too much time on your hands. And you're done having access to me. Yeah. Does your family need to help her with her recovery? I feel like you're all going to be there anyway. There's this sense of like just helplessness from like a family's viewpoint, the family trying to step in and help. So I don't see that at this stage. I see that there's going to be a struggle there. You know, like Jay said, that's to be expected. Everybody knows that's to be expected. But there's this feeling of helplessness from everybody. You know, like we're watching her struggles. You know, how can I be of more assistance? How can I help more? How can I? And there's just being there feels like enough as well. Like knowing that that support is there. Welcome in. If you're coming with agency crap, I'm not interested. I'm really not. She doesn't listen. Is she someone that finds it, like, is she prideful to ask for help? Yeah. Her body telling her to rest. Yeah. Is she listening to her body? I feel like she would be. Oh, she's not? I'm like, I feel like she would be if she wants to open up a retreat and do the things. So I don't feel anybody moving in with her to add, you know, for additional support, anything like that, you know, for that time being. Okay, so if I stop, I'm scared. Won't start again. I feel like for her, it's already a shock that it's come back around. And there's, you know, that, so it's very emotional. There's this sense of defeat there. There's this sense of, okay, you know, okay. Is this only like a recent diagnosis again for her, Char? Because it feels very raw still, if that makes sense. And it just feels raw. But also I feel like it gets to the stage where there's some sort of, you know, chemo there or something, and I feel like it's a struggle and it's harder than the first time around, and I feel like I get to a point where I just want to give in to the pain. But I also feel like she'll push through that, but it's going to be very difficult for, you know, not only her and the family, and that's, you know, that's how cancer goes. It's just a horrible thing. But I also feel like, you know, when your grandpa and your grandmother came through, that's what they were referring to, you know, that we're here supporting everyone and we stand behind you, all sort of thing. So even though, like, we can't see the support, it's still there. Have a good day, Jam. I don't know why they did that when... did what, love? Oh, the breast clinic has just charged her. Is that why I grabbed my breast before? Was it to do with your sister? That's what you were talking about, wasn't it? Hey, Deborah. Both breasts. Yeah. Did you have other questions that you wanted to ask Dad? And lymph nodes in her arms. Oh, poor darling. Just excuse me a sec. I've just got to go to the loo quickly. I'm like doing the leg shake. So I'm like, I better go now. That's what happens when you have 5 babies. Back. Thank you for that. I was hanging on. Let me have a look. And she has lymph nodes under her arms. Can you tell him to show himself to me? I want to see how, see, these sorts of things, you guys forget that you can ask your loved ones that. He got scared and he stopped showing himself. I'm seeing, like, and sometimes they know, like, right, they know when we're scared and they'll show up in very subtle ways. So I want him to show me, like, the subtleties of how he shows up for you. So for you, Char, particularly for you, you feel a different sensation on your body, and it's like it's almost like a cooling type sensation comes across on your left hand side, mainly this, you know, from the wrist down, sometimes up your forearm. Sometimes it comes through as tingles, again, from the forearm down, up and down in that, you know, that particular area here. So if you have, like, limited distractions, you're not sitting on your phone, you're not, you know, reading a book, you're not in conversation, if you're sitting quietly, with little, you know, going on in the mind, because we're all busy and we've all got shit, you know, stored up there and circulating and what's next and all the things, right? But if you find yourself really grounded and in a place of calm, you can feel the differences on your body. It's your job to bring the awareness into that. Once you bring the awareness into that, you can go, ooh, you know, I know this is Dad, and then you can start having conversations that way as well. You know, like, thanks for Thanks for coming into my awareness. Thanks for bringing, bringing the vibrations to my attention. Thanks for, thanks for just being here. Trying to see what other ways he sort of comes forward. Oh, my eye. He shows that sometimes when you close your eyes to go to bed, you may have moments, that in-between moment where you're sort of half asleep, half awake, but your brain's still active. He shows that he sort of comes through in that space. But I also feel like maybe I'm tired and maybe I didn't believe what I saw as well. That's what that feels like. It's like maybe it's just my brain playing tricks on me because I want to see him so badly. But I want you to know that it's not, and you are seeing him for, that's how he is presenting as well. I'm like, what is this? Did you guys used to cook together? He's showing me, I don't know, maybe there's a funny incident regarding capsicums. I'm seeing like capsicums being cubed up to put on like, what is it, meat skewers to go on the barbecue or something? Probably. It's like the energy, and the reason he's bringing that through is like, it's like the energy of almost like I'm still with you when you're cooking. So if you're pay attention to your thoughts. If you're having thoughts of dad, like this reminds me of dad, or dad, I wish you were here, in those moments where you're like cooking and minding your business. Okay, maybe it's, he just said that's like your quiet space too, is it? When you're cooking. So his energy will come through stronger in those moments. Okay, cool. Do you like zone out when you're cooking? Oh, he's probably talking about his farts. No, there was no mention of farts, but if you understood what he was talking about, that's on you. Is that why your cooking is so good? Are we still talking about farts, or? It feels like you're just in a different zone. You're present, is what he's showing, is like you're present in that moment when you're cooking. So again, I'd be paying attention, just being aware of your body, right? No, the farts. Being aware of your body, if you feel those tingles or that coolness to the left-hand side of your body, especially around the forearm, just know that that's dad. Did he used to pinch biscuits all the time, Bickies? It's like, and it could be symbolism, but I mean showing like choc chip cookies and pinching them. Every time he was in the kitchen, he'd take one or something along those lines. It's like I'm going past and I'm taking a cookie, and then there'd be a smirk that follows. Oh, you're welcome, Char. Oh, okay. I love that. I love that he's bringing that up. That there's like this cheeky grin as well as he's going past. I don't see what's beyond the cookie. I just see the cookie in his hand and him sort of walking past the bench and grinning. Is the month of April significant? He brings up the month of April. Does he, your partner's birthday, does he have your son with him? You know, when I ask these questions, I always ask for, you know, provide me the evidence with that. I don't just want to give you a yes or no. Did you have balloons being released? No. Who is this? I'm still asking, like, show me how you're together. In what way are you together? And I'm just waiting for that information to come forward. Provide me with the evidence so I can pass it on. AI is so weird. I wish we could delete it. It's like audience questions about April and personal connections. I'm not getting much on that, Char, but that doesn't mean they're not together, right? It's just the information isn't coming forward because I don't want to say yes or no. My guides can tell me yes, but I feel like, you know, as a receiver of that information, me personally, I would feel better if somebody had said, you know, says yes or no, but provides the evidence on how, you know, what does that look like? And I don't know how old your son is. I don't know how old he was when he passed. I also get like a younger child swimming in a swimming pool, and it's like a kidney-shaped swimming pool. And it's got those inflatable rings. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I can't provide the yes or no with that. Thank you for the repost. 2 months ago. It feels like that particular energy is like waiting to come back in though. Interesting. Hang on. Oh, I miscarried at 2 months. Char, if you want to, it feels like the energy is still waiting to come in, if that makes sense, but also waiting on your decision, if that makes sense. And that could be why Dad wasn't showing evidence that they're together, because it's waiting like that. It's hard to describe. It's like when there is a child waiting to come in, they can show that energy, and it's kind of in this space, but it always gives me the knowing of like wanting to come in. This feels like it's based on a decision that you get to make. You know, sometimes they'll show me decisions of like baby wanting to come in, or their, because our souls still get to decide, right, whether we come in or we don't. And this particular energy is not showing me that they are making that choice. They're waiting to be accepted. Back in 2012, yeah. I'm telling Dad to come through, right? I actually feel like you're going to go mental. Your kids have lost the remote. You know you can change TV without the remote, right, Natasha? I was like, I just asked your dad, like, what can you tell me about Char? And then I hear she was a star student. Do you understand what that means? Did you do really well at school? Are you the younger sister? I get that you were very helpful. We use the term helpful. You think he's being cheeky? He does say it with a smirk. I didn't catch the humour the first time. um, did you want to grow up and be a nurse? He's referencing playing doctors and nurses, and I'm like, well, all kids sort of do that. Yes to wanting to be a nurse. Are you a nurse? Or do you just, it's something that you never got to follow through with? He goes, life. And I'm like, I understand. Life getting in the way. Something about wanting to be a teacher as well. Your kids are your full-time job? Yeah, I get that. It's so funny because he goes, boys, boys, boys. Like, boys getting in the way of your dreams. Do you understand that? Oh, when you were young, you would play as a teacher. My middle child does that. She would make a great teacher. She likes to be in charge and boss everyone around. I'm like, teacher has to allow space for people to learn, not just boss. So we always have a giggle about that. It's going to sound really weird. He mentions a radiator. I'm like, is this a radiator in a car? Is this to do with a heater? What is this? It's like, do you have issues with radiator overheating at the moment? Or is the temperature spiking at times? And then I also get shown, at first I wasn't sure what I was being shown. I thought it was a lasagna, but it's more like a potato, a cottage pie. Oh, Mum's car had the radiator problem. Okay, cool. Did you have that recently? Or is that just a memory he's bringing through? Oh, last week. I love that. Oh, I love that. Everyone loves it. So, he's showing too, when you were younger, he used to sit on your bed. But he's also mentioning, I never did this for everybody. So let me know if that makes sense. And then he also shows me a butterfly too. I don't like giving butterfly messages because they just seem so generic. But he drew my attention. I have smudge marks over my fridge from where the kids have been bloody putting their fingerprints everywhere, and one of the smudge marks looks like a butterfly, so he drew my attention to that. these butterflies feel like they come like either across your path or right in front of your line of vision. Like you have to see them. It's not like, oh, there's a butterfly. It's not just a... These ones, for whatever reason, stand out because they're in your line of vision when they could be anywhere else in the yard or anywhere else wherever they appear. Yes, it does. It was more worried about me because I was very sick with asthma. Okay, yeah, but he does the finger wiggle like he never sat with anyone else in the family. It's like I only did for Char. We'd get a handprint on the window. Maybe that's what he's bringing up, because my fridge is like, I should take a photo of it later and put on my stories, but it's so smudgy. It needs a good wipe down. It's got one of those it's like a glass top, I don't know what you call it. It's not metal, it's more glass, but it's not glass. Tempered something, I don't know. I don't know the words. I've lost them. They're gone. Like, no, not even that. I was going to say Perspex then, but it's not. It's not like a normal fridge. That's all I can say. So when people are opening doors, there's the smudge marks just show up like crazy. It's like a black glass. That's all I have, Char. It's very, he's funny. He's funny. His energy's funny. It's like kind of like, go away, come here, go away, come here. But it's said with like lightness and humor. And this playfulness that comes through with it. It's almost like, come here, I want to talk to you. Okay, just kidding. No, I don't. That's the energy it gives. It's like you said before, it's that yeah, it's that jokester energy of his that comes through. I'm like, show me other ways that Char can look out for you. And I've also said that you want to see him again, even though you can say those things. You know, we can all just say it out to the universe, say it out to our loved one, even though we don't feel them in front of us or see them in front of us. We can say those things and just have that conversation in our mind with them. I feel like he'd be the sort of person that would announce his, like, he would announce his arrival in a sense. Because I get this feeling of like, keep an eye out for, and then there's like, ta-da! I'm like, how will you show? So that I can at least mentally prepare Char. And he's like, jokingly, he says, like, I'm just going to pop out. And I'm like, no, you're not. Because that wouldn't go well. He's like, nah. He's so funny though. He's like, oh, when you pull out, you know, when you're bending down and pulling something out of the oven, surprise. I'm like, that's not going to work. He's like, I know, but it's funny. Very cheeky. No. I'm like, that's not the best option either. He's like showing driving, and then like you catch a glimpse of him in the passenger seat. I'm like, maybe not. Maybe a safer option. I'm like, why are you going through everything? Like, and don't get me wrong, he would know what's right for you and what's not. He's just being a funny bugger. He says, fine, I'll stick to the playing with the songs on the radio. So you probably already received that, Char. Like random messages. So pay attention to your thoughts and where your attention goes to a particular part of a song. And you'll make them link in the connection there. Alright, so he shows me that you will see him in your mind's eye, and it'll be of him just randomly standing there, a little bit off in the distance, so it's not to scare you, but it's in your mind's eye. So if you're sitting there and you think that you're having a thought form of Dad, and he's standing there, and it feels like there's nothing else around him, and it's just him standing there, and he's kind of highlighted in a sense where it's like, think of a darker space, but you see Dad. But he's like several meters away. But you're going to think that it's a thought popping up into your head. It's not a thought. This is Dad that's coming to you in your mind's eye. So that's how you're going to see him. He doesn't want to stand over and watch your wakes in the morning, right? It's funny. Hey, Nikita. And that's the other way that spirit comes through too. Like we dismiss so much. People don't realize it until they make the connection or somebody points it out to them that that's exactly what they're seeing, rather than it being a thought. So for you, if it keeps being persistent and you're going, oh, gee, my mind is thinking about Dad a lot today, it's not you thinking of your dad. Your dad is waiting for you to acknowledge his presence. Same to you, Nikita. Thank you. So yeah, if you feel like it's a thought, just remember this conversation. Yeah, but that's all I have for you, lovely. I feel like for you, like going back to your question, you know, is there anything that you need to be worried about health-wise? There's a no there. Sis, on the other hand, is going to have a little bit of a journey ahead of her. And it will be an emotional time for everyone. Big struggles there ahead. I'm just asking if there's anything else that he would like to say, any parting words, any words of wisdom, any funny thoughts. You're being encouraged to trust yourself more. Like, there are funny memories that pop up, but you know, spirit talks to us with memories, using laughter, using, you know, there's a ton of different ways that they come through. It's for you again, it's not just a memory popping up. That's been his way to communicate with you. So you're not just thinking of him because you're remembering a memory. He's like sending the memory or that thought form of the memory so that you go, oh my gosh, like Dad's actually here. And that's because, so for you, when you mentioned before that, you know, I haven't been seeing him as much because I got scared. to like see him. That's the different ways he's been showing up for you, Char. Yeah, so I will download this later today and I'll post it to YouTube for you. So just give me a couple of days and it'll be posted to YouTube. Are you happy for that to be posted publicly, or did you want a private link for that? It does send memories, and yes, you can send it. Okay, cool. Too easy. So yeah, if you see me jumping on later tonight, I'll let you know if it's posted. It's because I have to like download it off the live recording, download it, and then cut out your section of your reading. I don't edit the actual video, so you'll get all the slow parts, all the everything, and you can just skip through that as you will, you know, as you like. That'll be all there, uncut. Actually, I might go and do that now because, yeah, I'm going to have to go and pick up my son soon and Bubs. Oh, you found it? Where was it? Under your toiletry bag. That was black. I love it. Oh, it's interesting that it was under, because I think for you, Deb, I mentioned that I was seeing it like in the bottom of a bag, a black bag. So I'm glad you found it. Oops. Yeah, I might go and download it now. Char, I'll jump off live and download it, and then see how much storage I've got on my phone. They might tell me to delete stuff again. Alright guys, I gotta jump down. Bye everyone. Thanks, Char.